Chris Jones! Got him! Mahomes looks that way. He's going to go wide open left side. Kelsey, touchdown! Okay. Here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The NFL wanted drama on the opening night. Boy, did they get it. The first game of the 272-game grid was this game. 27-20 Chiefs win by a toenail. Isaiah Likely with it looked like a catch, and they called it a touchdown. They looked at it 100 different ways. Out of bounds, literally by an inch.
And with zeros on the clock, last play of the game, what better way to open up the 2024 NFL season? Just truly exhilarating football. Football is back, Mitch, with a bang.
Are you kidding? I mean, what a script to open the season. And this was the two-time MVP Lamar Jackson tonight. 395 total yards. He was back to the 2019-2021 Lamar Jackson with quarterback run designs. Mahomes tonight was incredible. The one interception was the blemish, but other than that, he was pinpoint on his throws. This was two high-level quarterbacks going at each other.
And both of them putting it all on their shoulders, it seemed like. They didn't care what happened earlier in the game. We're going to find a way to win this thing. Both quarterbacks had that mindset. And for Lamar Jackson, yeah, he had a bunch of rushing yards at the end of the game, but credit to the Chiefs' defensive line for making him scramble over and over again. He was never really comfortable back there. And I think if it was any other quarterback, he would have been sacked about 10 times tonight. But he's Lamar Jackson. He had a great game, but in the end, Patrick Mahomes was too much for this Ravens defense.
We love Chiefs Rewind, but you will learn to watch Field Pass because it's always prophecy. We looked at, I mean, we thought, are they going to go back to 2019, 20, and 21? And they did in this game because there were quarterback design runs and very well executed by Baltimore. But defensively, I want to bring this up. There were 7 straight possessions Baltimore had in Chiefs territory. 6 of the 7 had 54 snaps and 6 total points. This Chiefs defense tonight was really good and sometimes explosive.
Because once again, they made Jackson do it all by himself. Look at Derrick Henry's numbers tonight. Everyone wondering what's Derrick Henry going to do in this offense of the Ravens that leads the league in rushing every single year. He had 13 carries for 46 yards, averaged 3.5 yards per carry, a long of 9. He really never got going in this game. Credit to the Chiefs defense for making sure he never got going. But that forced Lamar Jackson to be Superman. And in the end, he just couldn't do it.
And there were big plays as well. A sack strip by Chris Jones, recovered by Felix Anudike-Uzomah. That's a big play. Led to a short field, but Chiefs had to settle for a field goal. A 4th down and 2 play by Trent McDuffie on a great open field stop. I mean, there was defensive plays all night long by this team.
And a great way of answering after that long touchdown drive by the Ravens to begin the game. That was one of those drives. I mean, the Ravens, if you told them this is what you're going to do to start the game, they'd be thrilled with that. They thought they were setting the tone there. But after that touchdown drive, they go punt, fumble, turnover on downs, missed field goal, could really never get going. And this is the Baltimore Ravens here. We knew that they would make this a game in the second half, but just mistakes forced by the Chiefs defense really helped this team find a way to win this game.
I love these celebrity drive-bys. Trent McDuffie with the pat on the back. Let's go to the locker room now, or let's go to the podium and listen to head coach Andy Reid.
Great to be here and to give you these injuries here. So we really came out with ourselves in pretty good shape. Everybody that got dinged there a little bit finished. McDuffie, Herring, Mike Dana, and Leo. So they all were able to return and play. Thank you to the fans. They were great today, as they always are. But what a wild environment down there. It was 2 heavyweights in a fight right down to the end. And when they say it's a game of inches, it might be shorter than that. So. Again, defensively, I love the way the guys reached down and pushed themselves through the game. Justin Reed coming up with 9 tackles. Between Felix and our 95, they were able to recover the fumble. Some of these guys didn't have a lot of practice reps, so they had to push themselves as they went here. So 95 being one of them. McDuffie, again, big 4th down stop. Leo was all over the place. We had him spying on the quarterback, and that's a challenge in itself. He's really a good football player. and moves around quite a little bit. Watson, again, had 8 tackles and a pass breakup there. Offensively, I love when we can mention Lynn Dawson, what a great player he was, and Pat was able to pass him up for the all-time yardage mark, but that's not taking anything away from Lynn. He's a spectacular football player. Our number 4, Rasheed, had a big night, so no sophomore slump there. And then Pacheco, this thing goes on and on here. Pacheco had 45 tough yards. That's a physical football team, and he battled through that, and he ended up with a touchdown there. And then Xavier coming out as a rookie and having a touchdown, a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. That was beautiful. So, and then finally, Ariza, our punter, had a good night. So welcome to Kansas City, and he sure did a nice job. Anyways, with that, time's yours. Yeah, this is a gal that passed away, just a friend. So I thought I'd throw it on there. So you'd ask that question. Good lady. She just gave birth and then passed away right after she gave birth. Something special.
What was your relationship?
A friend, just a friend of our family. Yeah.
The game itself, what's your perspective on the last play, or just sitting there staring at the Jumbotron waiting?
I was staring at it, yeah. I was, yeah, the guys upstairs saw it, and so they knew he was out. We were just kind of waiting after that, but we battled so hard down the stretch, for it to come down to that was something.
Remember having anything specifically that close for to determine a game at the end?
I'm not sure. Not that I remember, no. Coach Berman might be able to tell you something different. He's been doing this for a while. That was a close one.
Another thing that was a matter of inches, Andy, was the touchdown Pacheco scored early. But I wondered how much you designed that for Patrick to run in there to push the pile. And
Yeah.
how you felt about that.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd keep his legs out of the way. Yeah, and arm.
No, just as, obviously you don't probably really want him to do that, but it doesn't speak to.
No, that's how he is. You're not going to stop that. I don't recommend it, but he's a competitor. So, yeah.
We could see the sidelines after that first run early in the second half that Pacheco had. Goes to the sideline, and obviously it was not fielded well, but goes back in 2 plays later. What's that just speak to the kid's capacity?
Yeah, no, he's a tough kid, and we're lucky we have a couple 3 running backs that are kind of tough nuts, and so we're able to put guys in that are also hard runners, and that helps when something happens like that. But Pacheco, we all follow Pacheco's energy. He's the Energizer Bunny out there.
Andy, curious what you thought of the passing game, how it worked today.
Yeah, we did some good things. There'll be some things that we need to work on, but I thought Nags put together a good game plan. The stuff. There was a lot of stuff there. We were just that tip ball at the end. We had a chance right there to kind of close it out. That kid made a great play. He was spying Pat, and we get that one, and we're off the field, and the game's over. So, but anyways, other than that, I thought there were some good things. There's some things we need to work on.
How do you see Worthy's impact on?
Yeah, he can run, and he's got good hands and smart kid. So he'll keep growing as we go. He's a competitive little guy, man.
Coach, a big talking point this offseason was losing L'Jarius Sneed. Just how pleased were you with just the coverage tonight and frustrating a lot?
Yeah, you saw 35 make the play. You saw number 2 make the play. Williams make a big play. These guys, they challenged. They were competitive. They were tired, and they kept bringing it. Both their receivers and our DBs were tired, so we need to get our third down stuff a little bit better. Probably both sides of the ball in particular. tonight on the defensive side, but we'll get there. We're right there, just an inch away. So.
Andy, how did you feel about the offensive line in general? It seemed like at times they controlled the front, other times they gave up some pressure. What was your feedback?
Yeah, we can do better there. But I was proud of the physical play that the guys came out with. Most of the mistakes were, were physical mistakes where you're just trying to battle and they get you. That's a good defensive front all the way around there. So that's a good football team all the way around. But that defensive front is really what they're built on. Our offensive line knew that.
It was a turnaround a little bit from last season, Coach Williams. Juwan had a lot of problems with the information calls. Tonight, it was the Ravens that were having that problem. Juwan had played game.
Yeah, well, you saw the officials. They've warned us here now throughout, and they didn't hold back from calling anything. I mean, they were pretty stringent with. They were going to nail you, and so I'm glad we were on defense first, so they could get their point across. It helped our tackles. I didn't have to say a whole lot. Right.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, good. Thank you.
Chiefs win it 27-20. Ravens thought they had a touchdown, called a touchdown, but Isaiah Likely out of bounds by a quarter of an inch, and the Chiefs hang on to win by 7. But let's talk about the receivers in this game.
Yeah.
We saw it all throughout the OTAs, mandatory minicamp, also training camp, the growth. Let's start with Rashee Rice. He looks incredibly improved this year, in my opinion.
We noticed that in OTAs, like you said, saw it in training camp. He was one of the stars of training camp, but you still have to go out there and do it in a regular season game and show that you've taken the step from year 1 to year 2. We saw that here tonight. I mean, what a game he had. He had 7 receptions for 103 yards. He had a 16-yard catch on the opening drive on 3rd down, led to a touchdown, and a 33-yard catch on the first drive of the second half, also led to a touchdown. Some big catches and big moments here tonight.
Yeah, the slants, those are coming out like a
working
bullet.
all day.
Crossers, slants, double moves. He was really good in this game. And Xavier Worthy to taste the sweet nectar of the end zone twice in his first game is gigantic.
And a couple things with him. First of all, talking about Rashee Rice, one of the reasons he's open underneath is because Xavier Worthy is running deep, and you have to respect it if you're Baltimore. We talked about that on Field Pass, and we saw it in action here tonight. But when Xavier had the ball, he had 3 touches for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had a touchdown, a 21-yard rush on his very first touch in the NFL. Awesome play. Looks like everyone else is moving in slow motion. Great blocks in that play as well by Noah Gray, Creed Humphrey, and Kingsley Suamataia. And then wide open down the sideline late. This offense is going to be a lot of fun with Xavier Worthy.
We talk about Travis Kelce all the time, but I thought Noah Gray had one of his best games of his career. Not just his 3 catches, which were all tough, and then the one play of the inside screen I thought was really effective, but his blocking, you alluded to it, Noah Gray was also very good tonight.
He does so many things for this team that you don't really appreciate if you just look at the box score. A couple of big catches in this game, but yeah, great blocker. Also playing on special teams. So glad Noah Gray had a huge game here tonight, rewarded with a victory.
We got some special interviews coming up, including Felix Anudike-Uzomah, who had his best game so far as a Chief, and also we're trying to track down Xavier Worthy. But now let's get more reaction.
I mean, he's so cool, calm, and collected, like all the time. Like you would never even see the excitement on him. But I mean, he goes out there and makes plays. Obviously, we want to continue to use him more and more. But I thought he had a great day today, making big plays and big moments. And it was good to get the whole offense going and kind of seeing where everybody's at.
Hey, Patrick, it's a game of inches, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of that last play? It was their offense. And watching the replay and seeing how it all...
Yeah, no, definitely nerve-wracking. I mean, because it looked good from my angle on the sideline. But then the first view you could see the cleat. So that's a great football team, and I'm sure we'll see him again at some point in the playoffs. So now we're happy with the win now, and he's got to wear white cleats next time. That's my advice for him.
What is your perspective of Xavier Worthy passing touchdown you had to him? Is he, take me through your progressions on it?
Yeah, no, it was it's definitely, like you can see, it was a bust in coverage. I mean, from where the corner was playing, I looked out there and I saw how he was playing. And I was like, I think he's playing cover 2, but the safety's not there. And so I was gonna how he was playing. I was like, I'm gonna alert the go anyways, just a one-on-one matchup. And the moment he played cover 2, I think everybody else played cover 2 too. And then there wasn't a safety there. I just fired it to him and he scored a touchdown. So definitely a bust in coverage, but that happens early in the year, and I just had to take advantage of it.
What are you supposed to run on that play?
Yeah, that's definitely the route he's supposed to run. He was going to run a go route. I was going to probably go there anyways if it was man, just because I was going to try the matchup. It was off coverage man. He could get a good release, but it wasn't. So he was just running wide open.
I want to ask you about Pop's touchdown. What did you see on that?
Well, I mean, obviously he got to right at the goal line, and I felt like I could just give him a little shoulder in there, and I don't know if I gave him much, but I feel like I moved him off of directly in there, and then he fell through, but I fell through too, so I feel like I scored a touchdown as well. So I feel like I should get at least like half a touchdown.
Have you done anything like that before? And did Andy suggest?
I did it before in I think 2018 versus the Colts maybe, and O-lineman hit me from behind, and Coach Reed told me never do it again. So luckily we scored, and I didn't get hit by anybody else, so he probably will tell me to never do it again.
What made you do it?
I mean, just we were struggling in the red zone, so I was just trying to find a way to get in. That's a tough defense, especially down there, and we needed that touchdown, so I just put my body on the line to get in there.
Whether it's Worthy this year or Rice last year, every year you guys are plugging in a new piece that's crucial. How are you guys able to integrate those guys, and what's the key to evolving the offense?
Yeah, I think it's just I think everybody accepts everybody in this offense, and they learn so much from Trav. They pick his brain, and they listen to him talk to me, and we build all throughout the year. And you can see Rashid just kind of picked up right where he left off last year. Xavier made some big plays, and so it's just we're going to continue to build and then hopefully get Hollywood back and see what this offense can really be.
Do you feel like Xavier? He had the 2 touchdowns, obviously. Do you feel like he had an impact on the game beyond that?
Oh, 100%. I mean, just having him out there, it just opens up stuff. I mean, you saw when he's out there, they're playing shell coverages. It's getting guys like Trav, and it's getting guys like Rasheed open underneath. And that's what's so great about this offense is we're able to do all of that. And that's when we're at our best. And so, like I said, we get Hollywood out there too. It's going to be tough for defense to decide who they want to cover.
Where he scored, is that one where you guys call it, you're like, this one feels good in this spot? Looks like a fun play for the offensive lineman to get downfield. Is that one that you, right from the get-go, you thought might go?
I knew it was going to be good. I mean, you never know, just with all the blocking and all the different stuff. I thought it was blocked very well. I thought the offensive line did a great job. The tight ends did a great job of kind of sealing their guys off. Rasheed had a crucial block, and then once you get one in space, man, he can make stuff happen. And so, I mean, those plays, we ran one similar in the preseason, and he almost went to the house, and then he ended up getting in there this first drive.
Patrick, how do you feel about, no greatest extension today? Like Walt and I had some critical catches. How do you feel, about the player who's become, and B?
No, I mean, Noah's always been a great player. I mean, he makes plays every single time he gets the opportunity to. He's playing behind the greatest tight end of all time, so he doesn't necessarily get every single route called to him. But when you go to him, he makes the play. I mean, a couple of great catches today, tough contested catches, and I'm happy for him because he's one of those guys that's in the locker room and just does whatever you need. He'll play special teams, he'll block, he'll catch the football. He's the guys that you need in order to go out there and win Super Bowls.
We'll go across from Sam.
Patrick, obviously Rasheed's got a better grasp of the playbook than he did this time a year ago, but what else do you see that leads to his development? As you mentioned, the end of last season.
Yeah, no, I think first off confidence. I mean, just being in the offense and knowing, and then I think more than anything is when you know the offense, you can play faster because you can just play free. And he does. He knows the offense, and so some of those times we might have been a little hesitant at the beginning of last year. He just goes. He just goes. Trusts his instinct. I get him the football, and then he makes plays after the catch. And so I want to continue to make him push down the field more. I think he can do that. The defenses weren't giving that to us today, but I think if he can continue working on that, and he could be one of the best receivers in the league.
Patrick, the 3rd and 12 play, you had 2 defenders right in your grill. I wonder if you could just describe how you got away from them, and also that's the play you passed Glenn Dawson, and if you have any thoughts about that.
I mean, I'm deceptively fast. That's what I've always said. Like, I'm not fast, but I'm deceptively fast. So I think it's the way I run, people take bad angles. So I got around there and made the throw to Trav downfield. He continued to work. He wasn't even supposed to be on that side of the field, and he continued to get over there and get open. And so, no, but the pass Lynn Dawson, man, I mean, what a true icon, not only for the Chiefs, but the NFL, of passing the football in that age. The fact that I'm passing him just now, it shows how great he was at the quarterback position, and a great person too. I was so happy to get to meet him so many times and just him share advice with me. And so it's truly an honor to me. I got the football. It'll be in my room, in my trophy room around the top of the mantle.
Last couple, Matt. On the interception, what did you kind of see there? Was that just a matter of just being in the grasp?
Yeah, no, it was, I probably should have just thrown it to Trav, and then I tried to get a little greedy and get back to Rasheed, and he was open, and just like the way I awkwardly was trying to throw the football, I couldn't get what I wanted to on there. It would have had to been a tough throw because Roquan was in the area, but I thought I could have made the throw. It just didn't make it, and he made a great play and put our defense in a bad spot, and they were able to hold him to 3, which obviously was very big in the end.
You had a reception tonight, Patrick. So
yeah.
Kind of talk about that play. That was a big play because then if that would have been picked off, they would have taken the ball over right there.
Yeah, no, it was if I could have just got it over the guy, it was going to be a first down. I could already see Trav about to block Roquan. Rasheed was going to catch it, but the kid made a great play. I think it was number 23. He jumped up, made a great play, hit it in the air, and more than just, I think, just getting the interception, I wanted to catch it so the clock would run down to 2 minutes and run some time off for our defense. And, I mean, I know I got 2 yards, but I thought it was pretty good catch. So maybe get Coach Reed to throw me a pass here somewhere. Thanks, Patrick.
Oh, the pride of Lee Summit and the pride of K-State. But tonight, your best game yet, I think, in your career. Let's go to the fumble recovery. Huge play. Walk us through that play and what happened to get the ball away from Lamar Jackson.
Chris is a phenomenal player. It's all glory to Chris. He made a great play, got the ball out, and all I had to do was just help him out and get the fumble recovery. So stay alive, and that's what helped it.
You guys had to defend a ton of snaps when they got past the 50-yard line. What about you guys digging in and only giving up the 1 touchdown that was on the broken play?
It's about mentality, how bad you want it. So we preach every day is about effort. Effort wins this championship. So that's one thing we talked in the locker room. That's one thing we talked as a defensive unit. And as you see today, see that we came up with a big win.
A lot of snaps in this game. How difficult is it to play Lamar Jackson and the athlete that he is and the pressure that he puts on you guys?
Listen, you definitely got to stretch because he's going to be running all over the place and everything like that. So it's just you got to stay alive. That's the number one thing, stay alive, because he's going to be all over the place. You never know when your sack's going to come. You never know when you're going to make a tackle on him. So just the biggest thing is just stay alive and stay alive in the rush.
How big was it that you got all those snaps in the preseason to help you tonight? Because that was in the back of my mind when I saw that they were really leaning on you tonight.
And just being comfortable, feeling comfortable on my way. Obviously, last year I didn't play that much snaps, as everybody can see, but it's just preseason helped me just be comfortable how I play and everything like that. So yeah.
Okay, into the game. It looks like they call it a touchdown. What were you thinking? And when did you get the word that he's out of bounds by a toenail?
I was so happy. I was like, oh, no way. When everybody put their hands up, I was like, okay. We won the game, and I was so excited and ready to go home.
And what does it mean now to get some extra time playing this Thursday night game to get ready for Cincinnati?
It means a lot. I mean, this is like probably our toughest opponent this year. So having them early, brings a lot of like pressure off too, and just brings a lot of like preparation for our next opponents.
What a game he had, Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Felt good. He was able to fly around, play a lot of plays in the first half. Close game. I think we got to look at film, correct some MEs and some errors that we had on defense. But overall, it was a tough battle game. You know, Baltimore Ravens, Derrick Henry. We knew going in it was going to be a tough battle. So thankfully, we was able to pull it off.
Yeah, we saw your celebration after the strip sack. What most pleased you or got you excited about making such a highlight in that moment?
I think as a player, anytime you make a play, it's a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement. So most of the time, it's just pure emotions, pure excitement. I don't know what I'm doing.
Was this a more meaningful and more emotional game for you tonight, considering the way last season, you got to watch that game on opening night?
I mean, anytime I play with emotions. I play meaningful. I don't think no game is different, you know. Even though I ain't played first game last year, you know. Let's put the past behind us, okay?
What do you think of the job Leo did being asked to spy Lamar Jackson?
He did a really good job. I mean, we ask a lot from Leo. We ask him to play 3-tech in certain formations that we have. We ask him to play rover. We ask him to be an outside rusher. So this just goes to show how durable Leo is for this defense.
Chris, what were you seeing on the last play of the game, and what were you thinking? It's not only that it unfolds, but then you're looking up at the jumbotron trying to figure it all out.
First off, heck of a job by them to even get it in the red zone with, I think, 40 seconds left to go. And it's a lot of effort, a lot of grit that was played the last few plays from our defense, and we was able to hold on. We was inches away from going into overtime, first game of the year, so we knew it was going to be a battle. And it was this exciting game, man. It came down to literally the end. So, that's a playoff caliber team right there with an MVP quarterback, and we look forward to seeing them later on down the road.
How nice as a defensive player is it to watch the offense produce the way it did? Obviously, there were red zone struggles, but a lot more explosiveness, Worthy with a couple touchdowns. From your side of the ball, how nice is it to be able to say, okay, maybe there's a little bit more of a buffer this year for us than there was last year?
Yeah, it's always exciting to see offense put up points on the board, keep us on the sideline, and then give us the advantage to go out and rush the passer. So anytime the offense is scoring, increasing that gap of points, then it gives us the opportunity to do what we love to do as a defense, that's rush the passer.
Chris, is there a love-hate relationship to trying to get the most elusive guy in the league, but also a love for when it actually does happen, when you actually do get him? Or is there just one emotion that you feel more than the other?
I think it's more excitement with that. We know how hard it is going to be to bring him down. So it's like a challenge for us to try to answer that call. We knew he was going to be elusive. We knew he was going to try to make plays with his feet. And our job is to get him down, man. He's tough. He's tough to bring down. So I think it's more so of a challenge that we take upon ourselves.
Chris, I want to ask you about Felix. Getting more action than he got last year. Can you tell the work that he put in the outfit?
Yeah, I think he's grown as a player. Last year, rookie year. There's a lot of trust factors that go into that also. You got to win the coach's trust, and then you also got to win your teammates' trust. And I think Philly's done a heck of a job this training camp, and more so this offseason, getting his mentals right and physically getting in shape where he can answer what we need from him. And I think he did a tremendous job throughout training camp as in challenging himself every day and getting better. And then it's starting to show on the field. He's starting to get more plays. He's starting to show progression. So we just got to keep it up. First game of the season, towards the end of the game. Towards the end of the season, hopefully he's hitting his peak.
Was there anything specific that you told him?
No. Listen, I only can tell him so much, you know what I mean? So I think it's upon Phyllis on how good and great he want to be, being consistent every day. So, you only can tell people what to do so much. It's what they do with themselves, their own time, when they're alone, away from the building, away from their peers in the building. So.
Hey, Chris, did you learn anything particularly significant about your team tonight?
Nothing that I already didn't know. That we're gritty. We're always fighting. We're always clawing. No matter how close or far the game is away from us, we always got a possibility.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Epic start. How about an epic start to a career? 2 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy. Let's take the first one, the 21-yard end around. First of all, what were you thinking when you heard the play call, and then walk us through it?
Man, we talked about that play. I called touchdown to Coach Nagy. I said I think this is going to be a touchdown. So just getting able to get that call and just having the trust in my teammates is huge.
And then let's go to the second touchdown, the 35-yarder. First of all, it was big because you answered the Baltimore touchdown. But go through that formation, route, and then Patrick finding you.
Yeah, man, I think they blew a coverage. I think Kyle Hamilton was supposed to get back. So just being able to have that moment happen, just responding to a rookie debut, 2 touchdowns, it's amazing.
Okay, you're now off and running in what we know will be a great career. But what was this like? All the emotion, warming up, everything that you experienced tonight. Just walk it through for us.
Oh, man, I feel like everybody knows me as a cool, calm, collected person. So, man, I just took it like another game. Like it was just in college. Like it's just playing backyard football again, just being a kid. So it was just fun just to be able to be out there with the guys. It was a great team win.
What about the toughest? I always say you're a Fresno kid, man. Fresno tough. But to be not only physically tough to beat these guys, but to be mentally and emotionally tough to beat Baltimore.
Right. Coach preaches being mentally he got us right in training camp for the physical, so the mental is all us, and I feel like we took that challenge and handled it well.
And what about you guys as an offensive saying, okay, we're gonna answer here? What about the mindset you guys had?
Oh man, somebody had told me 8 different receivers had touches, so like it just shows the depth and what we got going on in the receiving room, and Hollywood's not even back. So just having that explosion and that threat on the offense, it's going to be a good year.
Not everybody has 2 tutties in their first game in the NFL. Well done, my friend.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
He is off and running, ladies and gentlemen. What a night for Xavier Worthy. So the Chiefs won it 27-20 in the most dramatic fashion. People are still fired up as the guys are walking by him here. I didn't even introduce us, like. So anyway, I'm just too jacked up. But to win this game, there's Bolt. But
it's like we're at a concert or something.
I know, it's great. But to beat the Baltimore Ravens, you have got to exceed their physical nature. We talked about it with the 2 players that we had. But just how impressed were you with the offensive line? And you look at Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith, they were taking the fight to Baltimore.
Yeah, it all starts there. We talked about on the field pass about how the Baltimore Ravens want to be a bully. That's the attitude that they play with. They want to play with this toughness. And the Chiefs answered with their own toughness here tonight and that same attitude. The Chiefs' offensive line set the tone really throughout this game. And even if the Chiefs had to punt, the offensive line was saying it's going to be a long day for this defensive front if you're looking at Baltimore. So just really encouraged by what we saw from this offensive line here tonight. A lot of room to grow overall, but what a way to kick off the season for that group and the team as a whole.
And 4 rookies on offense. We know Jaden Hicks played 2 on defense, but the 4 rookies were out there a lot. Kingsley Suama'atia, you can't get a tougher assignment to start your career than playing these guys.
Yeah, a very difficult assignment. A Baltimore Ravens squad that we know is hungry. I mean, they were thinking about the AFC title game loss. Throughout this, they had to watch the whole banner ceremony, and this Ravens team wanted nothing more than to beat the Chiefs here tonight. It's a very difficult assignment, but these rookies, they helped us win this game, and what a way to kick off the season, because we think the Ravens are a team that can be there in the very end. To have this tiebreaker, this head-to-head tiebreaker over them already here in week 1 is a big deal. Now we get to watch football all weekend while everyone else dukes it out. We have the weekend off. How about that?
Let's talk about the long week because it's to get it now about 10 days. 1, hopefully Hollywood Brown, giving those extra time to get ready for the Bengals, but then also to use this as a starting point, a teaching point, but to win the game. The Ravens will do the same. But last year, let's go back a year ago, losing this game, yeah, teaching points, but to take that loss was hard to swallow. This one, just the opposite. This could propel this team.
Yeah, the Chiefs won this game despite not playing their best football. There are a bunch of areas the Chiefs can improve and get better. Think about being 1 for 3 in the red zone. How about this guy right here having a huge game?
You are awesome, man.
But 1 for 3 in the red zone, some critical drops. The Chiefs can be better than they were tonight, but even with those deficiencies, still found a way to beat the Baltimore Ravens, maybe the 2nd best team in the NFL here to kick off the season. That's a big deal. So when you already start 1-0, you beat a very good team, and you can get better, and you have a long weekend to get ready for Cincinnati. Things are looking good right now for the Chiefs.
Ooh, a heck of a win. The 10th win that Andy Reid has had on opening weekend as head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, but to do it against these guys in this fashion was gigantic. He's Matt McMullen. You can follow him every day of your life. And I'm Mitch Holthus, voice of the Chiefs. Enjoy the rest of your football weekend and get ready for Cincinnati.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.